This presentation is brought to you by the Beljanski Foundation. Over 50 years of research towards curing cancer the natural way.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here with you this morning. I know there's a lot of places that you could be today. It's a beautiful day here in New York City, and you chose to be here and be a part of this conversation. Many great exhibitors around the hall. And I just want to thank you for being here and being a part of the conversation today. I want to share with you a little bit about some of the experiences that I've had by working on Wall Street for the last 15 years. In the last 15 years, so I've been down on Wall Street helping families and individuals around the conversation of just preparing for their own financial future. And in that process, I've seen and just experienced a lot of the positive and negative influences money can have on individuals, families, cultures, and societies. And it's impacted me personally, just in my own journey in life, and I've seen friends and families impacted it by money, positive and negatively. And there's some patterns that have emerged that I've begun to share with people to see if it would make a difference and make it in their lives, in their individuals, and their families. So I have a few specific ideas that I want to share with you today that you'll be able to walk out of here in the next 15 minutes and be able to put into your life immediately. So in the US, virtually everything we do and every decision we make is influenced by money somehow, is it not? Yeah. Everyone is interested in it. We all feel like this chronic concern that we'll never really have enough of it. And for people who have gotten there, who have a lot of it, they all experience this fear or this idea that we'll never be able to keep enough of it. It doesn't matter how much you have. That concern and that fear is always present, what we don't have enough of. And you can apply that to money or perhaps anything else in life. Maybe even it's our health. Not enough health, or we won't be able to keep our health. There's a pervading theme that permeates all of it, this idea of having enough. When it comes to money, we use it for manipulation. We see it used for control. We see it as a way to punish others. We use it as an emotional escape, and often as a replacement for connection, or a replacement for intimacy, or a replacement for love. The dark side of money doesn't discriminate based on how much you have. In families of great wealth, we see greed present, we see distrust, and breakdowns in families. And amongst individuals where resources are scarce or money is scarce, we see it become the defining theme that represents people's self-worth, or how they relate to themselves, or how communities relate to themselves, or how we relate to others and races, and breakdowns and differences among people. But here's the thing. Money itself is not the problem. Money isn't good or bad. Money is simply an expression of the value that we deliver, the difference that we make out in the world. It's a game. And you're winning the game that you're playing. You just may not be present about the game that you're playing. Whatever game that you're playing, you're winning at. So what's the game you're playing? Is it trying to get more money? Is it where you're trying to get to? If we're playing football and we wanted more points on the scoreboard, can we just put more points on the scoreboard? Can we just say, oh, I just want more points? You can't. Because football is a game of blocking, tackling, passing, and running. Money is the same way. You can't just say, I want more dollars. You may get some, but there'll be breakdowns along the way if you cheat at that game. Because the law of money, the law of income, is directly correlated, is a function of the value that you deliver. It's an exchange. It's an exchange of value between us and someone else. And in return for the value and the difference that we make for someone else, we get an exchange or a value in return in the form of a dollar bill. And the dollar bill is just one thing. It's a storage of value. That's it. It gives us an opportunity to use that value that we've received for the value that we've given to somebody else. We get to store it in a piece of paper and use it for something else that we want in the future. So money has no power, nor does it cause the loss of power. However, our breakdowns that we experience when it comes to money can be found in our interactions and our uses of money. We can find it in our relationship to it, the meaning that we assign to it, the significance that we assign to either side, whether it's working or not working. And all of our fulfillment that we have with money comes along in the journey. So if your motivation for acquiring money is from some like non-supportive roots, such as like anger or fear or need to prove ourselves in some way, you'll never experience fulfillment or happiness with money in any capacity. So I want to share with you over the next 10 minutes of a few ideas. And I will start with this term called financial independence. When you think of being financially independent, what do you think of? What does that mean to you? Self-supporting. Good. Anything you need, the resources are there. Anybody else want to put some?
Minimum of $5 million net worth.
$5 million net worth for minimum. $5 million net worth.
You can help other people if you wanted to.
You can help other people if you wanted to. So if we put all that together, let me say that financial independence is the ability to do whatever that you want to do or live the lifestyle that you want to lead without the constraints of money. That's the ability to be financially independent. And whatever that dollar amount is required for you based upon your lifestyle is just a function of some math. Financial freedom is something different, though. There's a difference in freedom and independence. Financial freedom, when we say freedom, it goes beyond just having enough money to live the life we want. It's an inner experience. It's a feeling. It's an expression. So financial freedom comes from within. And it's when we go beyond independence, and it's often found when our life moves away from just having enough money to do the things we want to do, and we shift to a life of purpose, a life of intention. When we connect to what really moves us, what really drives us, what inspires us, if we get connected to that place again of what we want our legacy to be about, what our lives to be about, the difference we want to leave behind when we're no longer here. And when that drives all of our actions, and then we just leverage money and resources to support that. So I'm a stand, and I believe that everyone can have a powerful relationship with money. And that we all possess the skills and the ability to have whatever resources we want. And it requires that we remove money as the goal. We take money that's out there and driving, and we're our focus and our filter of how we see the world to get more dollars if that's there, or resist dollars in some other capacity, because we might be on either side of the spectrum. But we remove money as the goal or the resistance and put it in the background and focus on the intention that we like to create, what we want to leave. And we just put the right money systems and habits behind it in order to advance those goals. When I say Mother Teresa, you don't automatically think, wow, she was great with money. If I said Warren Buffett, perhaps you would think that. But Mother Teresa was masterful with fundraising. Gandhi was financially backed. Martin Luther King also had financial resource behind him to advance his intentions. But we don't think of them as masterful with money. But they were masterful in their ability to organize resources to advance their commitment. But what you hear about is their commitment. So let that drive you. There appears to be three main consistent themes or pillars that drive financial success, and I want to share those three with you. One, your money, actions, and habits. Those are the things that you do every single day. Money itself doesn't make you rich. It's your behaviors that make you rich. 70% of lotto winners end up broke within 5 years. 33% of them go bankrupt. Why? Because having money in of itself is not going to make you rich. It's your behaviors that make you rich. So we'll talk a little bit in the next few minutes about the habits and the actions that work. But secondly, your actions are not enough. Your habits are not enough. There's another theme that I see. It's the way people think. It's their mindset. What is the mindset of the most successful? We often discount the influence our mind and our inner thoughts and our feelings have in our actions. So look at your money mindset. How do you relate to money? How do you think about money? How do you feel about money? What are those conversations from the past that influence everything that you do? And the third pillar is our money mark. And when I say money mark, is what drives you. You may have all the knowledge about how money works. You may have a healthy mindset and think positive thoughts about money all the time. But if you don't have a powerful reason, if you don't have a strong why for accomplishing something in the future, it doesn't matter. So all three of these pillars, the money habits and actions, your money mindset, and your money mark, they're all required. Independently and separate and distinct, they won't work by themselves. Your money mark. Your money mark, which is your why, your reason, your passion for going after it. So look in all three areas. Knowledge is not enough. Having a healthy mindset and being a mindful approach is not enough. You still have to know how it works. You can have all those things together, but you have a clear intention of where you're going, what's your why, what drives you, what's your reason. Those three things integrated together will give you power. So let me spend a few minutes just talking about the first pillar, which is the money habits and actions. 55% of the actions we take are habitual. 55%. So we have two kinds of habits. Doing habits and non-doing habits. The things that we have a habit of doing and things that we have a habit of not doing. And that gets us most of our results. Those are our habits. Those are the actions we take. And there's three main actions when it comes to money and wealth creation. Earning, saving, and investing. Say it again. Three main actions, general actions. Earning, saving, and investing. If you're earning money but you're not saving it, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to be in the rat race the rest of your life living paycheck to paycheck. If you're not earning but saving whatever you got, you're just never going to get anywhere. If you earn, you save, but you don't invest, you'll need 3, 4, 5 times as much money saved in order just to beat inflation and have that money last a lifetime. So earning, saving, and investing, if you're having a breakdown of money, it's occurring in one of those areas, one of those three general actions. The number one action that you could consider yourself for or practice yourself with or develop for yourself is paying yourself first. It's the number one determinant of your future financial success because it's not how much you make but how much you keep in life that makes the ultimate difference. Most of us say, well, we live up to the size of our checking accounts. If we have the money in our checking account, we spend it. So if you have personal financial goals, take the money out of your account right away. Is it retirement? Save the money the day the money hits your account. Is it paying for your children's education or grandchildren's education? Take the money out of your account the day it hits your account. Because if the money's there, you spend it. Just think about every raise that you've achieved over your course of your lifetime, or ask anybody who's received a raise. If you received raises over the last 10 years, where is that money that you've increased? It's probably gone. It's not likely there anymore. That's because our lifestyles expand to the size of our checking accounts. The good news is if you take it out of your account, we'll stay within that limit. So whatever your most important financial goals are, remove them from your account right away. Pay yourself first. Secondly, let me step back 1 second. How much should you save? Well, it's up to you. It depends on what your financial future is, and it depends upon your age and a lot of different factors. But on rule of thumb, if you want to be middle class, 5 to 10% of your salary, what you earn. Upper middle class, 10 to 15%. You want to be rich? 15 to 20. You want to be rich and retire early? Break 20%. Just some general numbers. Now, age and lifestyle, all those things are factors. But those are good places to start. Start somewhere, 1, 2%, 5%, and constantly add the numbers. And constantly play the game and increase it. Wealth matter action number 2. Automate everything. We don't have the ability to budget. We don't. Well, maybe a few of us do. Maybe there's an accountant in the room. But most of us don't have the ability to budget. So if you have important things that you want to achieve in life, let's say like paying your bills, right? Set up a bill paying account. And if you earn $5,000 a month and you have $3,000 in fixed bills, have your bank account set up online, have automatic transfers to take your fixed bills out of your discretionary spending checking account and move it to your bill paying account and have that money automatically debited there. So what you have left in your bank account is just the money that you're going to spend on what you want to spend it on. Then if you want to go on vacation once a year, have that money automatically drafted to a vacation account. Retirement, automatically drafted to a retirement account. The number one asset for most people is their home. And it's not because it performs well. Anybody who owns a home knows that it has lots of expenses in order to maintain it, does it not? You have taxes, you have maintenance, things break, you got to replace a roof. It's not a strong performing investment return. But why you have a home that is your most important asset is because of one thing. Most of you had a mortgage and you had a contract that required you to pay it. Because you forced yourself automatically every single month to put money towards it, that's why it became the most important asset. So automate everything. Second most important asset to people is usually their 401k plan because it comes out of their paycheck. Those are just a couple actions in which you could take. So if actions are what create our results, I want to ask you a question. What creates action? Actions are what get us our results. But what creates action? Motivation. Habits. What else? Goals? Thoughts. Yeah. Bingo. That's what I was looking for. Our thoughts and our feelings create our actions. And if we're not paying attention, we don't understand the influence that our mind has over us. Now, if you think about our thoughts, if we think about a thought that's not empowering for a while, how does that make us feel? If you're thinking negative stuff, like about what's not working in life, how do you feel? Stagnant, down, depressed. And if you're feeling stagnant, what kind of actions do you take? None, right? Or small ones.
The moment that you're stagnant,
yeah.
where you're going.
Then our actions impacted. So this is what the point I'm getting to. If you have a thought, our thoughts create feelings. Our feelings create actions that now are correlated with our feelings. Now, what creates our thoughts?
Who we're being.
Who we're being. Well, being's related to feelings, desires, potentially. What creates our thoughts is our past. Our past experiences, things that we saw, things that we were told, things that we learned, things that happened to us, create our thoughts creates our experiences, and our experiences create our actions. That's the mindset that we have to pay attention to, is what's going on with us internally that's giving us our actions. And lastly, as I wrap up, the money mark. Just having a desire for more money is not enough. It's not enough. It won't get you out of bed every day. You need a powerful reason, and we all have one. Our life experiences, the good and the bad, drive us to do what we do every day, and they're impacting all of your lives today. It's just part of being a human being. And there's power if you can look within and access and see what's driving you. What's your reason to succeed? And that's your mark. I've been working as a financial advisor for 15 years, and the financial planning industry has done a great job with investment portfolios and financial planning, and it doesn't seem to make a difference for people. So what I've done as a financial advisor is begin to integrate not just the investment management financial planning, but also these ideas, what actions that we take, how it creates our future, the money habits, the money mindset, and the money mark into the overall conversation. And it's finally starting to make a difference for people.